Hi, I am coming to you live today from a very special place. Um, I am actually in Pennsylvania in a super fun spot. It is the garden, my mom's garden. And I know sometimes you can, when you decide to go home, you often, that often brings up a lot of anxiety for people, a lot of stress. Well, fortunately for me, I'm actually excited to be home with my mom. She's one of the special people in my life who lights me up from the inside out. I remember giving her a plaque that she actually has in the room when I visit that says, mother by chance and friend by choice. And that really rings true for me. So I'm here to talk to you today a little bit about how you can have everything Zen and what it means, to be able to manage your stress and what are some tips and techniques to be able to do that. I started last week by asking you to consider doing one thing every single day that makes you happy. Did you do it? I would love to hear what one thing you did do for yourself in the challenge last week in the happiness challenge. Did you keep it up every day? Did you give yourself a bonus? Did you try and bookend the day with something happy in the beginning and something happy in the end? If you didn't, I encourage you to do that this week. So besides doing things, visiting places that make you happy or doing things, spending time, in nature, there are a lot of different things that you can do. Um, Touch is something that usually helps bring people back down when they're going through anxiety. You can snuggle that special someone or cuddle your pets. You know, you can release pent up energy through exercise and sports, right? These are all things that help move energy out of the body. You can stretch, have a sit stand desk or get one of those toppers. That's what I have on my desk. And also dance, like move that energy out of your body. Put on some music that gets you in a good mood, like that stimulates, good memories, something that's good for your. You have to focus on the physical body because our physical body really is the barometer for all of those emotions, right? And if we don't move it out one way or another, that's when things get stuck and that's when you get dis-ease within your body. And I know all about that because I stuck myself in the hospital at one point because I didn't do some of the things on this list. And I'm going to point them out to you. I do live my truth and I do own up to doing some things well, some things not so well. But this is an area I've really, really focused on. So let's talk about IQ for a second. Let's talk a little bit about, I talked a little bit about PQ. So IQ, really notice your thoughts. One of my favorite techniques that really works for me is using a belief plan because it combines both your thoughts and your emotions and your feelings. And it's really whatever you believe is truly what you bring into form, what you create. Besides using my belief plan and reading that every day, which is really looking at my goals, looking at what do I need to believe to achieve those goals, envisioning what it feels like and what I'm doing as if it's already happened, knowing who I need to be every day in order to bring those goals forth. That's really the basis of a belief plan. And it really combines both IQ and EQ, which is really good because that's where everything comes from in the quantum field, right? The IQ I've talked to you about as that's the electric part of the electromagnetic field. And what magnetizes things to you are those emotions. So another great thing to do to touch on your EQ every day is to start and end your day with gratitude. What are you grateful for? One of the things that 2020 brought about for a lot of people is working from home. So in terms of stress and how that relates to working from home, what you need to do is to know your own biorhythms and your own power time. Like, when are you at your best? When are you most effective? Are you a morning person? Are you an evening person? Are you a midday? Believe it or not, I am not super creative first thing in the morning. It's probably why I bring my Facebook lives to you and my LinkedIn lives to you in the afternoons, because that is just not my best creative time. the other thing is you can stimulate all of your senses when you get to work from home. And even if you're getting back to the groove and you're spending a couple days at work and a couple days at home, still knowing your own biorhythms and power time is really helpful, especially when you need to schedule that think time, the strategy time, right? And see if you can block your calendar. The next thing I would say is to make sure that you schedule break times throughout the day. And this is something that I wasn't very good about earlier in the year. I was scheduling myself back to back to back to back to back, and then realizing, oh my gosh, I have no time for think time, for my strategy, for being able to come up with some of the tools and techniques that I share with clients. So when you schedule your break time, at least, 15, maybe 30 minutes, a couple times throughout the day, treat yourself. Go out in nature, ground, sit on the ground. Believe it or not, you can feel the biorhythms of the earth if you get really quiet and really still. You could sit in a flower bed like I am, or lean against a tree. Watching the birds, feeding ducks, playing with your pets. All of those things are great. You can even enjoy your favorite drink. Now, these days, I'm trying to drink healthy greens because I'm trying to do a little better on my diet. Or you could say, treat yourself to a yummy snack like chocolate. So one of the things that I do on a regular basis, especially when I'm in my office, is I listen to high vibrational music. What is high vibrational music? Well, if you start out with the word Om, O-M, Om, the primordial sound of the universe, that is something that gets a natural rhythm going. It can really get you centered and get you calm. And that sound in particular, you can hear in the ocean. Some people can hear it when they're in the mountains, and you can actually hear it connected to the ground, believe it or not. If you don't hear that well, you could also try Master Charles, Om, the reverberation of source. That's a good one. And you can have that on low in the background. While you work, while you clean, while you cook, just having that high vibrational music gets your cells vibrating, gets your body vibrating. It moves you into a different state. Some of my other favorites are Anugama, Diva Pramal, Hesea, Ted Winslow, Celia. I have a lot of them that I love. But one of the things that I do, especially when I'm doing energy work or working with clients, is I do diffuse essential oils. And sometimes I'll put them on my skin and have them going in my office. The highest female vibrational scent is rose. And I'm lucky I've got a rose over my shoulder here. I don't know if you can see the yellow rose. And frankincense is the highest male vibrational scent. So having a combination of those two, especially when you're trying to, really connect with the divine, can help. There are a lot of things that you can do for self-care. A lot of ladies like to get their nails done, get pedicures, get facials, any of those things where you're nurturing yourself and taking a time out. Remember, you've got to put yourself first or you're not going to be available for others. All right, I've got a challenge for you now. I've talked to you about different things from managing energy out of your physical body to incorporating your IQ and your EQ and your SQ, to taking breaks throughout the day and really getting yourself out in nature, how to upshift your soul and your vibration with music, with oils, very simple things that you can put in your office, and then taking care of you. So the next thing I want to do is to talk about when stress strikes. Okay, what do you do in the moment? So one of the things that I try and maintain is something called a state of joyful Zen. Stress is all about resistance. When you're resisting what is, when you're resisting a lesson. So just remember that the next time you get stressed, that it's just resistance, and explore what you're resisting and why you're resisting, because it actually means growth, even if it's challenging. So I would be interested in having you tell me what you did to stay happy last week, every single day. And I would also be interested in what your state would be. So put your state in the comments. I truly hope that if you get to go home like I do, that it is one of those fulfilling, wonderful experiences. And until I talk to you next week, have a wonderful Wednesday. and I will see you again.